So, I've been getting tingles. Is that normal? Hey, I've been getting headaches. Is this normal? I've been seeing a white light. Is that normal? Konnichiwa minasan. Welcome back to another video. This has not really been requested, but I thought it would be helpful because I do get a lot of questions about shifting symptoms, and everyone kind of freaks out. A lot of people have gotten kind of scared about shifting because they've never experienced symptoms. And something that I want you guys to keep in mind is that you shouldn't be afraid of shifting symptoms, and if it bothers you that much, then maybe it's time you take a break. Especially if you get terrible headaches or a migraine or something, that I think that just means that you need to recharge. For example, I get headaches if I do shift. Not all the time, but in general I do sometimes get them, and it can be a bit bothersome, but because of that means that you have to take a break and do the usual, maybe self-care, drink some water, whatever feels right for you, because again, this is your journey. A lot of people always base off their opinions on other people's experiences or what other people say, and for that reason they can get a bit confused because that doesn't happen to everyone. Like I said, shifting is a journey and it varies from person to person. So some people may shift in a few days, some people may shift in a few months, some people may take half a year. That depends on the person and how they're doing or what their routine is and what they eat or all that kind of stuff. It's for example, weight loss, same thing. It can vary between person to person because not everyone is the same. We don't have the same body structure, the same mindset, the same look on life. So for that reason, everything is different. There are so many variables that we can't keep track of, meaning that you really have to do a lot of things on your own, and it takes a lot of trial and error sometimes. Sometimes you may focus on one shifting method and that may work for you very well, but for another person that may not work very well. So I don't know. I had a lot of shower thoughts about this subject because so many people keep asking, but at the same time it's not a lot of people. Of course I answer everyone's questions, but the issue is that I get so many of them that it's like, oh my gosh, I'm answering the same question over and over and over again. And it kind of feels like I'm a broken record. Not to sound like your local teacher, but and the thing is that I just don't want to leave you all whatever. But I just don't want to leave your questions open because it makes me feel bad. Let's start off with some examples of symptoms. Headaches. I'm going to do this from the top of my head. You may either hear voices or see someone when you get close to shifting. You may feel like you're floating. You may feel like you're falling. You may get a headache. You may start twitching. Your eyes may feel like they're moving on their own, which means that you're likely in the REM state, which is rapid eye movement, meaning that you're close to lucid dreaming, and from lucid dreaming you can shift. Anyway, next, I don't know, you'll feel like you want to move, but you can't. You'll feel numb, you'll feel all sorts of things. You don't, okay. Everyone asks me this: do you have to have symptoms to shift? No, you do not need symptoms. It's, I don't know, a lot of people think that when it comes to shifting, you have to follow a certain guideline, but that's not true. Like I said before at the beginning, it's your journey, meaning that it varies from person to person. And I find that a lot of people these days, they want a guideline. They want a whole manual about shifting. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, you have to figure it out on your own. You have to do trial and error. You have to kind of figure out what works best for you through trial and error. Meaning you gotta try different things so that you can figure out what works best for you. It's like skincare. Some products work for some people. Other times it makes other people break out like crazy. The same concept. And what I mean by that is you have to do it on your own. You can't rely on just a single source, but sometimes that source may help you. But again, it doesn't work for everyone. So it varies. But the point is, is that stop relying on other people's experiences. I hear so many people say, oh, what did you do? Oh, how did you shift? How long did it take you? Don't compare yourself to other people. Same goes with symptoms. You may feel something completely different from the person next door. So, and shifting symptoms are normal. They do go away. Someone also asked me about side effects of shifting. When I'm close to shifting, right? But then, you know, I get pulled out by someone or something. I do get side effects because I'm just like this close to being there, or I'm like there for a few seconds before I'm pulled back to my current reality, right? But when that happens, sometimes you do get side effects. So as soon as you open your eyes, you'll feel dizzy, or at least for me. Some people I heard don't get side effects at all. So that's interesting. But for me, I do get side effects, so I have to like be careful, because I can't, once I'm back in my current reality, right, I can't just stand up, because then I feel like I'm gonna fall. Like the world literally feels like it's tipping from side to side, and then you feel like so dizzy, and you just can't see shiitake mushrooms, right, because you're just dizzy. So if that does happen to you, just, you know, sit down. This is why a lot of people recommend not to shift during school days or on school days. Of course, not everyone does that, and not everyone follows that advice, because some people don't get symptoms, or some people just shift better on weekdays instead of weekends, right? But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, when you come back, like when you're close, or you actually do shift, right, you want to make sure that you take a good break. Don't shift every single day, because that's going to be terrible if you have after effects. So yeah, there are before effects and after effects. I know you're probably thinking, ugh, this sucks, right? But it's normal. It's something that you just don't really think about over time, because it just happens, and you're just like, oh, that's what's going on. And then you just like know what to do right away. Your body just knows, okay, I need to just lie down, I need to take a nap or something like that, right? When I do shift, right, and I come back and like I feel dizzy, I just lie down. For a hot second, I just sit down and just like, you know, just kind of meditate. Even if you're lying down, you can still meditate. Just clear your mind and just bring yourself back to your current reality. Even if you didn't get to your dream reality, you can still do this, because it's still helpful, especially if you get symptoms. Just lie down, clear your mind, right? Close your eyes, keep your eyes closed, right? And just be, just exist. And what I want you to do is to imagine that there's like, I don't know, like white light inside of you, and it's moving around, it's circulating, and it's helping bring you back to your center. All right, that's just a quick exercise, the exercise that I want you to do if you do get symptoms. That helps. It helps to ground you, meaning that like it helps to bring you into focus, and you know, helps to align you back with here, or just with yourself, so that you're not like all over the place when you come back, or like once you have those symptoms, right? Okay. But the point is, if you have symptoms, it's normal. Do you need symptoms? You do not. You do not need symptoms. I'm going to repeat that because people keep forgetting. I said this in like 2 other videos. You do not need symptoms to shift. You don't even need to meditate if you don't want to, but it's just highly recommended. And as I said in the beginning, I'm saying this again because I'm reminding you, because people keep forgetting. Just do whatever feels right. Don't compare yourself to everyone. Don't think that you're never gonna shift, because you will. See, you know what I just did? I kind of affirmed it. So say this with me. I will shift. I will shift. Right? We are all going to shift. Don't like stress over it. Some people do that. I don't know why, but they get so worked up over it, and then that causes them to hold themselves back. What you have to do is let go of everything. And a lot of people, they fear shifting too. and they're scared of the symptoms, or they're scared that they'll never return. Like, as I said before, you will return unless you script otherwise. So don't worry. People are always like, oh, you can get stuck in your dream reality if you don't have a safe word. Oh, you'll get stuck with whatever. That's not true. You won't get stuck, I promise you. Unless you script it, that is. But just don't be afraid. A lot of people let fear consume them, and that's the problem. That's what's holding them back. You can't fear something, even if you don't fully understand it. Don't fear it. And that goes for a lot of things in life too. People are always afraid to take the first step, to go outside and explore the world, or to go get their first job. Don't fear it, just do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Watch my other video too. I put motivation in that. I hope that helps you, especially to those who are feeling lost or who just need that extra push forward. So I hope this helped you. I hope you learned something, even if it's not shifting, right? Because I try to put in life lessons in my videos so that it can be more worthwhile. Like, I get that shifting is something that you came here for, but you also want to use that and utilize what you're learning from shifting to apply to real life. Because shifting isn't just about going to your dream reality. It's also about learning patience and learning to let go of fear and learning to just do something on your own. You know what I mean? Because this is your journey. You can't ask someone. You can't have a guide to hold your hand all the time. So this is a prime example of how sometimes you have to do it on your own. But that doesn't mean that you're alone. So until next time, also don't forget to believe in yourself and the world around you, right? There's always light at the end of the tunnel. Till next time, mata ne!